So for about 5 or 6 years now, I've been using Google Sheets to do my lesson plans each week. So here's an example of my lesson plans in Google Sheets. So I have the week laid out up at the top there. So you see Monday through Friday. The middle school I work at, we do A day and B day. So I have that marked as well in these columns. And then on the left side here, you'll see I have a place to keep track of notes for just miscellaneous things through the school week that I need to keep track of. And then also here on the side, I teach all 3 grade levels. So I have a space for 6th grade, 7th grade, and 8th grade. And you can adapt this to, if you're an elementary school teacher, you could put all the subjects you teach during the day, because I used to be an elementary school teacher, so I know how it is. So you can easily adjust this to whatever level of teaching you are at. And then I also have a space besides my notes for the lessons I'm teaching to keep track of the links I'm using in those lessons, which this is probably the best part of doing this. So I can go back to a previous semester or a previous year and look at what links I might have used with that lesson and see if they're still viable for the semester I'm teaching in now and whether I still want to use them or not. And it's just a great way to keep track of all those links to whether videos or documents, PDFs, all those things. So let's take some time now. I'm going to show you how to make this in Google Sheets. It's not that hard. It'll take a couple minutes, and I'll just kind of show you how I make the template for this. So I have a blank sheet here in Google Sheets. So at the very top, I'm going to go ahead and start typing in the days of the week. And then I'm going to leave this G column blank here, and I'm going to go ahead and delete out the rest of the columns. And then on the left side, go ahead, I'm going to type in that word notes there, and then go ahead and type in the grades I teach. And then once again, I'm going to go ahead and delete out all these rows. You don't have to. I just like to make it a little bit neater and more concise. All right, so now I have all of this in place, and I'm going to go ahead and just center those days up and go ahead and do the same with my grades I teach. All right, and then now between the notes and the grades, I always just put my school color kind of there to separate the two. And then you can do this if you want. Now I'm going to go back to the example I showed you. So there's a lot of information there. And so I froze the top row and then the first column there. So when I move this information across, I don't lose what grade I'm looking at or what day I'm looking at. So you don't have to do this if you don't want to, but if you do, I'm gonna go ahead and highlight that first row, and I'm gonna go to View and Freeze in one row, and then I'm gonna go ahead and do the same for the column. So I'm gonna highlight the column, and I'm gonna go to View and Freeze in one column. So now if you do end up having a bunch of information there, you won't lose track of the day or whatever the subject or grade level is you're looking at. And so once you have this in place and you're ready to start duplicating, and you may be asking, why did I leave this column? So I've come to find out when I start typing in information for that on Friday, if I haven't adjusted this already, and I'm putting in a bunch of information, sometimes it's hard to move things over a little bit. So having this little column there helps with that. So once you have everything, like I said, you can adjust these columns as well if you need to beforehand. I kind of wait till I start putting the information in to adjust the columns. But once you've got all of this, then you can go down here where it says Sheet 1 and click that down arrow, and you can go ahead and click Duplicate. And now you can see you got your templates, so you're good to go for every week. And you can just keep duplicating as many of these as you need. And then um, with my example here too, you'll see down here, I have these tabs labeled by the week that I'm teaching. And so to do that with yours, all you have to do is just click on that little down arrow. You'll see where it says rename. And let's see, today is February 17th and the goes through the 21st, if I'm not mistaken. And there you have it labeled. So this is the basic setup for making or putting your lesson plans in Google Sheet. And like I said, it has made a huge difference just in me staying organized with my lesson plans, being able to go back and see stuff that I've done in the past. If it's something you want to do, the following year or semester, it's a quick copy and paste instead of having to write forever in a lesson plan book. But maybe you still like the lesson plan books, but I have found using Google Sheets to be a time saver and a lifesaver really as a teacher. So if you have any questions about this, just leave them down in the comments. I'll be glad to help. And like I said, this has been a big game changer for me.